Hi, Genki Call here with the Facing Death World event for the week of July 3rd, 2023. The lore is first. Dominion, the Angel of War, agreed to help us, along with many knights from Whitehelm. So we began the long march to Pride Lands to confront a Ravatar. Notice this says a Ravatar. They kind of mess things up a little bit here, but finally we approached the birthing place of a Ravatar. Fortunately, the god had not yet emerged. Quickly we lay siege and began slowly encroaching upon the birthing portal. Defeat enemies and collect light to banish a Ravatar. There's only one kind of collectible this week, which makes the scoring super easy. So, just go in rarity order. A Ravatar is worth the most, and then we've got the Legendaries, then the Epics, and avoid a Ravatar's Tusk if at all possible. And we do have extra points for harder levels, so you want to take the highest level battle, the highest level rarity. Nice and easy. Now, I have some odd teams here, but I'm going to tell you how to adjust them for what troops that you have. So, this is for people that don't have any legendaries. Atlanta you will have just for completing the Dominion Fields storyline. The only thing I'm worried about with this particular team is the Staff of Storms. Sacrifice is a Guild Guardian. It's going to create a mix of purple gems and a chosen type. Always choose yellow for Atlanta. And then you're going to kill the last ally. Yes, you are, but you're going to give magic to all other allies, and that's what we're going after here. Yeah, nothing really much that you have to worry about here. As long as you can cast Sacrificed once, you should be fine, but if you don't have the Staff of Storms, it's okay. Just pick any weapon that can summon. It's very, very important because Sacrifice is going to immediately kill Leprechaun, and you need to summon something in its place. That's how this team works. That's how Sacrifice works. And so you don't... Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Let's do that. Oh, by the way, Is that all I have? Wait. I could have sworn... Oh, yes. There we go. I was going to say, wait, I know I bought 3 tiers. So, what was I saying? You should have Atlanta. You could put any other troop that does damage to all enemies here. With that extra magic, you're going to do a ton more damage. But like I said, you have to have something here that summons. And yes, I completely forgot what I was saying. I hope I didn't, I hope it wasn't important. All right, I really recommend having at least enchant, but I really want to cast this and show you how this works. Well, maybe we'll do more than one battle here. Oh, by the way, the scoring, this is one of the ones where you do 15 battles and then you do 15 battles and before the Ravatar will finally show up. So I'm going to try to show this again. I really want to show what kind of a difference that magic boost is going to make. Plus, the event medals and whatnot are going to make a huge difference. But, oh, right. So the skull damage is also boosted this week. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to blow things up. I want to get some mana here if I can. There we go. All right. So I said to cast always on yellow. That is so that you can get more mana for Atlanta. But right now it's 55 damage to all enemies. Let's cast this. We're gonna kill the Leprechaun. Bye-bye, Leprechaun. Wait a minute. Wait. No. It automatically targets the last troop. I'm gonna cast on yellow. And now this is up to 83 damage to each enemy. So then you cast this and you summon something else in and you can keep killing the last enemy or the last ally and summoning something else in its place to keep making this magic go up and up and up, or you can just stick with whatever gets summoned in. So, yeah, sacrifice. Alright, avoid a Ravatar's Tusk. So next we're going to let me go and grab the next team because I forgot to do that. La la la. Alright, again, with this team. Doggone it. I hate it when it does this. I even exited the game and went back in. There. Alright, now, if you're low level and you don't have any legendaries that will work. You might not have Illithian Servitor because he's in the underworld. He's from Illithia. All you have to do is go in here. You'll have Black Manacles. Hopefully you have Leprechaun. Herdmaster is really nice for mana gen, or you can use Azura. And all you have to do is go in here and search for all enemies. And then pick something. That's it. Just pick something to replace the Illithian Servitor if you don't have him. Okay? All right, let's head in here. I'll show you how this works. We have 2 here for mana gen. We've got Leprechaun for fast mana. You know, I love to have my Leprechaun. You can totally use Thrall in this event, but, you know, I just love I love my Leprechaun. All right, we're going to do this. Black Manacles can also, it does damage to all enemies. It can also devour as long as they're not immune to devour. And then the Illithian Servitor is great. Love the Illithian Servitor. He does damage to all enemies, and then he steals 2 magics from all survivors. So you can get an additional up to 8 damage. I mean, 8 magic every turn. And so this will be an additional 8 damage every time. So super, super nice. Next up, we have grabbing the next team. Copy, paste, and I'll have to do this. This is a team from Leicester, and we'll get to that later. This is for people with with legendaries. I'm going to change this to base rarity and show you this. There we go. There are a ton here. So as far as legendaries go, I have a very specific reason why I put these 2 together, and I'll get to that in a bit, but Obsidian Libram, Leprechaun, and you could put in any 2 legendaries that do damage to all enemies, or you can put Atlanta in here, and then anything that doesn't use brown or green. So you can put High Priestess Jaska in there, who's going to have a light storm at the beginning of every turn. We're going to have Lyrasa. I don't recommend Lyrasa, but Anansi, Judge of the Dead, Magnus, Queen Titania, Obsidiaxis. There are a ton of options here that do damage to all enemies if you don't want to use this setup. But this setup is very, very interesting, and I've used this in Delves. It's very cool. Problem is, you really need to get some match 4s for this to be the most effective it can be. Wow, I have a Bone Storm. So here's the way it works. There's a 50% chance to Fairy Fire a random enemy at the start of the turn. She also does damage to all enemies, so even if you don't Fairy Fire, that's okay. But Despond is going to deal damage to an enemy equal to their attack, and then deal that much damage to every enemy above it. Fairy Fire does work. So if these guys were Fairy Fired, it's going to do even more damage. It's crazy. But you really need the Fairy Fire, so that's the way that that particular team works. Next up, we're going to do another one with legendaries. Probably the only team you need, but the whole thing is that, you know, maybe you get sick of using the same old thing all the time. So it will be this one, Life and Death, or Reflection of Good, or whatever you like. You can use a splody weapon if you want, but double Venoxia and Leprechaun. It's really all you need. It's true damage. It loops. It's just, that's all you need. But, like I said, I get sick of doing the same thing every single time, so I don't wanna. You don't wanna. I have a skull spamming team I want to use. Oh gosh, they're all gone. We have skull damage boost, so yeah, I mean, All you need is skulls, right? Yay! Alright, I finished one of my campaign tasks. That's great, but we don't have to collect it right now. Yes, Banejaw. Go ahead and do this one more time so I can show you how Venoxia loops, just for the people that don't know. If you don't have two Venoxia, that's fine. You don't have to use two. If you only have one, pick anything you like to go in there. But she's going to do 9 green and 9 blue gems, and oftentimes she feeds herself back up, just like that. Mwahaha. Now we don't need the blue gems. You could pick something that picks up those blue gems. There's a fantastic idea. So, if you don't have a second Venoxia, put Azura here. Azura blows up. Let me show you. She blows up blue gems. She blows up every blue gem on the board. And so, she's really great for mana gen. Just stick her in here, and Venoxia will feed her blue gems, and you can blow things up and just keep things going that way. So, that is very, very nice. So let me show you Lester's team now. I haven't tried this. This is the first time I'm going to be using the Wand of Stars. This is a craftable that is permanently in the Soul Forge now. You need the levers in order to create it. But choose one. Create 6 elemental stars, bless all allies, or create 7 umbral stars, which are purple and yellow, and curse all enemies. And then we've got Venoxia, who does the true damage and will feed the Wand of Stars. Wand of Stars feeds the whole team. Fenix is going to also do damage to the entire team by default, and then Leprechaun for fast mana. So I think I forgot to write down in the description that Lester created this team, but I'm sure that this is going to be a fantastic team. So I could take them all out right now, but I'm going to cast this and see what happens. How much? Let's see. We have mostly yellow and purple on the board, so I'm actually going to do, by default, all you have to do is hit cast. It'll do whatever's on the list, but I'm going to I'm going to do this one because I think there's more yellow and purple on the board. So, and then same with this. It'll take the left one by default. All I have to do is that. Love the team, Lester. Thank you very much. Oh, and I love the Wand of Stars. My God, it's awesome. All right, switching out. We're going to get some different stuff now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more teams for you. These are all using Mythics. And that is not it. Doggone it. I hate it when it does that. Here we go. Reflection of Good. Amethialas. Shadow Dragon, and Leprechaun. I'm using Assassin class for Dusk's Aura, and for, the killy things, this. And also, I have it maxed out, so I also have Swift Curse and Rising Shadows. Alright, come on. Alright. And we'll take this in. The Shadow Dragon is going to create purple gems, and that's why it's here. Transform all yellow gems to purple to boost the effect. I'm not worried about the true damage that this does. I'm worried about the yellow gems to purple. Plus, bonus purple mana from purple gem matches. So that should be very helpful. We're starting off with a Darkstorm. There are other classes that have a Darkstorm. You don't have to use this one. I'm going to go ahead and cast on the first troop here just to make sure I am protected from skulls. And then, well, I mean, yellow gems to purple. There's no alignment, so I'm just going to cast this and, kill my enemies. And, oh, that's silly. Alright. An alternate for this, if you have it, is instead... So low level. Right, I haven't done even 15 battles yet. That's why it's so low. Keep forgetting. There we go. This is almost the same team, only this time we're using El Magram that's going to create a ton of purple, well, not a ton, but it's going to create a bunch of purple gems. Unfortunately, it does not burn the enemy. There's nothing here to burn the enemy, so you don't get the boost, but all of that purple, extra purple mana should really, really help Amethialas 2 magic to all purple allies when matching purple gems. So, and look, I already have mana. So fast. It is so fast. I'm just going to cast this. and kill them with skulls. I can't really show off what this does, but if you cast this and you get an extra turn and you cast Amethialas, or sorry, Elmogrim right afterwards, you get a bunch of different purple matches. You get a ton of mana. You can loop and loop and loop, and every time you match those purple gems, you're getting extra magic to do more damage every single time. So that is super cool. Next up, we have a different type of build. Manage paste. Ugh, forget every time. Alright, again I'm using Staff of Storms because it blows up yellow gems, which is perfect because I've got High Priestess Chazka here, who is creating a light storm at the start of every turn. She also does damage to all enemies. And then Huang Long is up here because he has 70% skull damage reduction. He's going to get 3 magic only to himself every time you match 4+ gems, but he also does damage to all enemies, and he could also get extra attack, extra turn, barrier, enchanted, or blessed. This is one thing. Gain barrier, enchanted, or blessed. So it's pretty cool. It's a good troop that very rarely do I see it being used, but it is a very good troop. Let's see how this works. I'm thinking that just this alone is going to be enough to keep things going. So that didn't wipe him out, and that's bad because Valraven wants to run away. Meh. Meh. Why isn't it doing more damage? I'll do it again. There we go. Ah! Alright, now instead of Huanglong, you can use, and it's in the description, is it QU? Quetzalma? Quetzalma. So Quetzalma is going to create 10 yellow gems, remove gems of whatever color you want that's annoying you, say blue or brown, because you don't use either one. And yeah, this is an alternate, also Strix. You could change this from Archmagus, which gives you extra purple mana. You could change this to Stormcaller if you want, so that you can have 3 troops that are Strix. Because right now, you don't get much of a bonus just for having 2 Strix, but if you make it Stormcaller, you'll have 3. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and I'll show you. Stormcaller. Hello. Where are ya? There it is. All right, let's see what the bonuses are now. Still not that much. It's all right. There. It's a little bit. Anyway, oops. Edit. Manage. Let me grab the next team. This is the last team. This is the skull spamming team I was talking about. We have a possibility to skull spam. Of course I have to make a skull spamming team. Alright, let me take that off of there. I'll probably end up using Lester's team later on, but for now, I'm gonna do this one because it's fun. Onyx Giant with Rathamon and Leprechaun. Onyx Giant, you have to be careful with him. You have to... I'll show you how to use him. With the Onyx Giant, you have to cast this where it's only going to convert 8 gems. So you want to cast something that is 8 or less if you can, that has alignment to make a match for. I could cast it on green if I had mana, but then they would be able to follow up with this match over here. So, and then Rathamon is awesome. See, Assassin just took out at least one of those troops just from doing skull damage. The 10% chance to, this one took out the last enemy. All right, let's try this one again. I really need something higher level, so I'm just going to cast on the hero again. All right, let me show you this. So this is going to create a bunch of purple gems and skulls. You took my mana. How dare you? Here. All right, we don't have well, I mean yellow, but is there yellow? No, there are too many. This could backfire on you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this first. Meow. And then blue is ideal because there aren't very many blue. I could do blue, green, red, or yellow. So red does not work. Blue, green, red, or yellow. Wait a minute. How much purple's on the board? Oh, way too much. We're going to do blue. So we're going to cast this on blue and kill all the things. We're just actually going to do that. I'm going to have fun with this one for a little while. I like Rathamon. I like the Onyx Giant. I think they're going to be fun to use together. But anyway, that is my world event video for you for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know your favorite teams down in the description box below and anything else you might want to say. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!